Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So we have the patch notes here. I will go through it. As you guys know, well, first off, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, turn on notifications. But yeah, we're going to take a look at the patch notes. I do also want to note that there is a Tekken deal special. This outfit here, right? The Yoshimitsu one, the King one, and you also have the Bob avatar. For those of you who operate in the shop or buy stuff from the shop, you should know what to expect in terms of prices, right? So let's dive right into the update itself. 3.02.01. Also, the chat is in the bottom left corner of the screen. If you guys see it, maybe they could give some advice and correct some things that I get wrong, and also point things out that I miss. So, Aurora outfit pack for season 3 owners. So, Aurora outfit that came at the start of season 3. Shop update, round 11 added to the free section. This is also, so we gotta look at this on Twitter. What these outfits look like, and I'll try to go ahead and show you this real quickly. There's 3 outfits that's also coming to the game, and they're bringing back past battle pass outfits. So here's what that looks like for those of you who are wondering. You get new battle pass, this summer outfit, and then old battle pass returning for a limited time. And then of course you have the Bob avatar skin, which I just showed it. That's for the fight lounge. You have Tekken Fight Pass Gold Pack. So this is too complicated to explain now. I'll do so in a later video. We'll do a news update of everything that happens. If you did not purchase, or you guys can pause and read this as well, because you see a discount up to 91% will be applied based on your sale. So when you go back to buy an old battle pass, if you played the game during that time, it will factor into the percentage that you get. So this here is just talking about the outfits that I just showed, which is these ones. It's talking about the glasses and whatnot. You can't see the glasses here, but yeah, it's just talking about outfit stuff. Online match types with matchmaking standby. Change the behaviors when no input is made in the confirmation dialog box that appears when a match is found. If the dialog box closes by selecting either yes or no, matchmaking will be paused. So I guess you can now pause matchmaking through the screen and something of that sort. We'll be able to see what that is when it comes back up. Matchmaking can be resumed by closing pause menu or dialog box. Okay. There are no changes to matchmaking specifications for player match. Okay. So Tekken Ball, some of Kunimitsu's moves allowed Kuni to excessively restrict the opponent's actions upon contact as a result. So basically, for those of you who don't know, at the same time that they do balance updates for the whole game, they also update Tekken Ball every single time. Tekken Ball is more updated than the actual game itself, funny enough. But I guess in this version of the game, Kunimitsu was super broken, and they're addressing that. So you can see there. So now it says character move behavior fixes balance adjustments. So this is for the actual game now. In version 3.02, we implemented system adjustments regarding health values and quick recovery, along with move behaviors and bug fixes and performances adjustments for select characters. Okay, regarding performance adjustments, we reviewed the select moves that have a high impact for competitive environment and where challenges were observed in their risk balance. Okay. So basically, they looked at what the pros were doing and they're adjusting. So maybe the pros will be really upset or really happy. I mean, we will continue to monitor. Okay, so they'll continue to monitor. More updates coming soon. Okay, so update number or patch screenshot number 1. Health gauge, the maximum health value has been changed. Maximum health increased again? Oh, decrease from 200 to 190 due to the maximum value have been threshold rage activation has also been changed from 47 to 45. So you 2 points lower to activate rage, and then the health is being lowered by 10 points, but it does not affect story and Tekken Ball. Okay. Quick recovery. So this is tech roll. This is probably a big change right here. Quick recovery is tech roll. Increased recovery time by 5 frames, resulting in the frame advantage changing from -2 to -7 on block, from +3 to +2 on hit. What? That's universal for every character. What are they doing there? I don't know if that's a good or bad thing because they just say balance. What is that? Who asked for that? What? I don't understand that either. And I'm just thinking about, if that is tech roll flashes go hit hard right there. Common airborne attacks. Fixed issue where following common airborne attacks could be reversed by an attack reversal. What? Affected moves? These moves were... Okay, so airborne. It just says the characters... It just says the moves, not what characters. Heat engagers. Fix an issue where the running action triggered by heat activation resulting in certain characters being further away from the opponents. Yoshimitsu. This actually was something that I was dealing with yesterday, where I did a heat engager on someone and they were too far for me to reach them. And I thought I did something wrong, but I guess it was a bug. Okay. Buffered inputs at the start of the round. Fix an issue where moves performed with buffer inputs at the start of the round sometimes be executed in the wrong direction. Oh, that's okay. You guys remember the glitch where the character would go the other direction? That's what that is. Okay, so that's fixed. It was something with the input buffering. Okay. Heat activation. Fix an issue in certain situations. Heat activation during wall combo would cause subsequent damage scaling not to be applied correctly. Okay. Waking up from down state. Reduced instances where characters would wake up in an unnatural direction when performing specific get up inputs while getting off axis. I think that's talking about when the character stands up and they stands up backwards. Recovery kick. Expand the hurt box for recovery kicks performed while down to mitigate situations where mid attacks from the opponent will whiff. Okay, I think I've seen a clip about that as well. Wake up. They're changing wake ups like crazy. Wake up low mid kick, wake up medium mid kick. Fix an issue where certain conditions attack will trigger opposite direction from the opponent. Okay, so that's just wrong side behaviors. That's good. Brawl break. Certain situations could be executed earlier than intended. Okay. Oh, this is another glitch where you can break the wall and then do a move before. Okay, yeah, I know what they're talking about there. I have shorts on some of these things. Whenever like a crazy bug happened, I try to make a short about it. So you can just scroll through the shorts category and you'll see these things there, right? Okay, let's look at the next page. So this is actual characters. Alyssa fixed an issue where certain move was incorrectly set as immune to attack reversals. So that's no longer immune. Expanded a hitbox, alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff. So this time around, they're not putting the words up top. They would put like the words up top to give you kind of like a general overview of what they were doing for the character. So they're not doing that this time around. I wonder why. That sucks. It was very easy to read and understand. Fix an issue in certain situations. It was not possible to transition to a strike, throw, on hit. Yeah, it's so vague. That's why the box was so good. It was so vague. Armor King. Reduced instances. So that's a nerf. Where players would sometimes swap positions with the opponent in certain situations. No, so that's a bug fix. Fix an issue in certain situations. It was not possible to transition to a strike, throw, and hit. So these are for his bad Jaguars. Fix issue. There's an issue you could input buffer move during heat or activation incorrectly. So that's okay. Modified the move to ensure that it cannot be defended against with attack reversal. And attribute commonly airborne attacks that has not been set correctly. Okay. All right, let's see what Anna got. 4 things. It looks like a lot of this stuff is bug fixes. And it's focused on characters going in different directions because hers is seeming like it's saying the same thing. Fix an issue where performing a move near a wall results in unintended behavior. That's a rage art. So maybe where the rage art was whiffing. Sound like bug fixes, not nerfs. Expand the hitbox of the second hit to reduce instances where it would whiff, even if the first hit connected. So that's a bug fix. It's a buff, but it wasn't supposed to be like that way in the first place. Reduce hitbox against opponent's position. Okay, so she just got bug fixes. Asuka modified the move to ensure it cannot be defended against with attack reversal. Wait, that sounds like a big change. Modify the moves to ensure that it cannot be defended against with attack reversal. While standing 3+4? Or while crouching 3+4? You can't parry it. That's a big buff, actually. And who else had that? This one here. So you can't parry it. You can't parry it. That's big, actually. And she got a lot of it. It's not possible to transition a strike throw on hit. And then what is this? It was not possible to transition to a strike throw on hit. What is a strike throw? Is that the cinematic where like you hit someone and then it triggers the cinematic cutscene? What is a strike throw? They're saying words that I'm not even familiar with. Why do they create new terminology every update? What? Let's look at the next one. Bryan Ferry. So QCB1 has been adjusted. The opponent's behavior on block changed frame advantage from +5 to +1. I can hear Mayman going, oh my God. I can hear Mayman. Change chip damage from block to 6 to 4. So you can't just spam that and get +5 no more. It should have been like that. That's a big change, actually. We'll see whether or not ITIF shows up to a tournament, low, high, and whatnot. I was just talking about how I wanted to see what Bryan Ferry is like without spamming that move. That's a big one. The opponent's behavior on side back was corrected, as there were cases where the move would fail to connect consistently under combos. So 2-1-4. While crouching, down back 1+2. Fix an issue where the position sometimes would swap. During side step 2, reduce the attack hitbox against the opponent's position behind character to mitigate unintended effects. And then you can't repair. This is so they're making it to where you can't parry 10 hits. And an attribute commonly assigned with airborne attacks has not been set. So correct attribute has now been applied. So you basically wouldn't float him, he would be considered grounded, but now he'll be considered floated during a part of this. Reduce the forward movement distance, but only at extreme close range during wall combos. Who's this? Clive? Clive only got 2 things. This guy keeps surviving updates. He keeps surviving updates. Claudio, 4 changes. Certain situations with whiff. Not possible to transition strike throw on hit. Reduced attack. Okay, so these are just bug fixes for each move. Morning Crow cannot be parried. These things cannot be parried anymore. Okay. Dragunov. 1-2-1. The opponent's behavior on side back hit was corrected. Yeah, so corrected that. Fix an issue where in certain situations it was possible to transition into a strike or throw on hit. Eddie, 2 changes as well. But a lot of it though, all of these things can't be parried. That is what that means, right? There has to be one person here who knows, like, can truly confirm what that is saying to us, because I don't want to keep saying the same wrong thing over and over. Fakamam, 3 changes, and they alleviate an issue where position relationship. So they're going after a lot of characters like switching sides. So you should get more consistent gameplay. More consistent gameplay. Modified the move to ensure it cannot be defended against with attack reversal. An attribute commonly assigned with airborne attacks has not been set, so that was correct. Attribute has now been applied. Look at Heihachi. I'm going to skip to Yoshimitsu after this so I can better understand what they're saying, because with these inputs, I don't know what that is. If Yoshimitsu's even here. I think he is. Expand the hitbox, alleviate situations, certain attacks would whiff, adjusted attacks. So, yeah, this is kind of a boring update, man. Where's King at, bro? Jin Kazama, fix an issue, certain situations not possible to strike, throw, and hit. Down 2. That's down 1, actually. Down 1. What's that mean? Issues where you could input buffer moves during heat. Alleviation of heat dash has been corrected. They didn't nerf Jun Kazama, huh? Her damage is just gonna. This is kind of disappointing, honestly. This is kind of disappointing. It's kind of disappointing, I can't lie. Let me skip down to the Yoshimitsu section so I can see. Yoshimitsu, what, bro? What the Fix an issue where health would sometimes. What are they doing? All right, let me not go out of order. Let me go back up to this. Let me go back up. What the? That was crazy. I don't want to look at that right now. I'm gonna look at that after. What was that, bro? Cause yeah, increase distance from opponent when first hit connects with downed opponent. Down back. Oh wow, huh? Change the opponent's behavior when the second hit connects with down an opponent, but only when first hit whiffs. Fix an issue where air combos were possible against down opponents in certain situations. So that's a nerf, it sounds like. If you whiff the first one and then land the second one, and then the heat would still launch. That's what it sounds like. You can't whiff the heat launch. Second hit. During devil form, alleviate situation where the attack would whiff. Fix an issue in such possible to transition strike throw. So that again. So this is CD. This is the electric. That's the electric, right? Modified to ensure defend against with attack reversal. King. Fix an issue in certain situations where it was possible to transition to a strike throw on hit. I don't know what a strike throw is. Modify the move to ensure it cannot be defended against with attack reversal. That's a buff. That I understand that. This is disappointing, bro. This is disappointing. Kunimitsu got a lot of stuff here. Hold on. This is a Kunimitsu update if I ever seen it. Expand the hitbox would whiff. Change tracking. First hit connect. So the second hit will not. Oh, that's okay. That's what people were complaining about. Down. Oh, this is her dagger throw. This is her dagger throws. Mitigate the issue where the opponent's attack would whiff after absorbing a move with a power crush. So does that mean that if you power crush a dagger, you'll still get hit by it? Reduce the hitbox when the opponent is behind. Reduce the instance where the attack would intentionally hit the opponent from behind. Whiffing. Fix an issue and connect from front will trigger back turn during later half of the jump. Huh. So they're not really, this is just all bug fixes. So, I mean, someone made a joke about not balancing during tournaments, but they're still kind of doing it. These are not balances. These are bug fixes. There's only a couple of things like QCB 1 that had frame changes. This is all just correcting issues. All of it. I mean, that's good, but the game needs changes. The game needs nerfs, bro. Like Lydia, bro. Look at this. Fix an issue where health would not recover when a floor blast gimmick was triggered. Reduce distance to opponent on block. So that's a real nerf for Lili during her heat. Oh, did they finally nerfed her heat smash? They finally nerfed Lili's back turned heat smash. There's some gems in here. There's some gems in here for sure. QCB 1, Lili back turned heat smash. There's some gems in here. That's something people were complaining about since season 1. They finally did it. Yeah, Lili players can't just whiff that do this back turn heat smash without risk anymore. Now there's a risk to it. That's an actual gem. And if you ask me, that's a big one. Nina. Counter hit. So just bug fixes. Adjusted the collision to mitigate instances where position was swamped at the wall. Okay. Paul Phoenix, 2 changes. Raven, 2 changes. Reyna. There got to be a gem in here with all of this listed. Reduce the attack position. Okay. It's possible to strike throw. Adjusted certain situations. Input buffer. Alleviate situations. No gems in there. No gems at all. Okay. Shahid, Steve Fox. No gems, just bug fixes. Okay. Victor. What's up, first time chatter? How long does it take for Bob to be rolled out? I'll talk about that in a second. Hold on. Reduce the attack on the hitbox. So this is just bug fixes again. Any gems in here? Any gems? No. Zhao Yu, gems, please. Fix an issue. Opponent cannot sidestep towards the foreground. When Zhao Yu performed high attack immediately after this move was blocked. So that's a nerf, actually. That's actually a nerf. You can now sidestep. And that looks like her heat smash. Expanded the opponent's hurt box when the first hit connects to fix an issue where the second hit would connect when it connects. So that's something I was complaining about on Twitter. Okay. Yoshimitsu. So what is this? Fix an issue where health would sometimes not recover when a stage gimmick was triggered. So this is basically his stances. His stances was just cooked. Okay. Alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff. Reduce hitbox when the opponent is behind. Reduce the instance where the attack would immediately hit. Swamp positions on 4-4-4-3. Oh, okay. Okay. And then Zafina. So is that the update? Let me make sure there's not another page. Okay, that's the update. What does it say down here? Fix issue on leaderboards where players' own information displayed at the bottom of the screen would appear incorrectly. Okay. So that's this update. Kind of underwhelming. We didn't get the buffs, or we didn't get the nerfs that we wanted. They just fixed a couple of things that was complained about either on Twitter or in the portal, and then they called it a day. They did hit QCP1. They did hit Lili's back turn heat smash. But other than that, that was kind of it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye-bye.